don't know how to do an intro. Well, welcome all ye who clicked on the video. Honestly, I should have made a script, but I don't think that far ahead. Welcome, I am Mina, or Mystified, or Mist, or however, whatever. I don't think I have anybody calling me anything specifically yet, so kind of up in the air. Today, we are going to be going over my sketchbook. And by sketchbook, I actually mean sketchbook file, because I'm one of those silly little people who kind of does most of my stuff digitally. Not always great, but hey, it makes it so I can make a sketchbook file tour video, which is, I would say, easier, but no, it's probably about the same as a regular sketchbook. One of these days, if I actually finish a sketchbook, a physical one, I'll show you guys. So I made a video like this around May, I believe, earlier of this year, and I made it because my file was crashing. My specs had been apparently, my file was big enough that it just kept crashing. So then I switched over to this one. I hope I don't lose this again. Kra. I use Krita, so my files are .kra, and I think they're fairly good. The reason why I am doing this, why I'm saying my file is finished, it's done, it's over with, because technically I could just keep going. I really could. This file has not crashed on me yet, thank goodness. Other projects have, but this one hasn't. The reason I have deemed this one as finished is because it has hit 1,000 megabytes. At least I think that's a megabyte. MIB? Is that something different? Let me actually search that up before I say something stupid. A simple network managing program? What the heck is this? Oh, okay, so it's possibly something different called a, this could be, I don't know, but it's a megabyte. So not a megabyte, but it's a megabyte. They're very closely related and used as synonyms, though technically they're not the same. 1 megabyte equals to 1.048 megabytes. So there's really no difference. That basically means this file is 1 megabyte, which, considering my usual flow and all that, is pretty substantial, especially since this is just all sketches, basically. Since we found out what the 1,000 megabytes or whatever are, let me show you guys the information for this file. This was created in May 9th of 2024. I use it constantly, so the last modified is like today. Total editing time is 6 days and 22 hours. Ooh, it actually kind of feels small. I feel like I use it more, but I don't know how it is. But yeah, since my last one crashed so much, I changed it to, instead of being the regular screen ratio size, which is like 180 by something, I'll put it up later. I changed it so that it's a tiny bit bigger. Basically, I cut it in half, so it is now a 944 by 531 with a resolution of 300. Quickly, before I get started, I'm going to be going by oldest stuff to newest stuff, and you will see as I use this file more and more, some things change. So the way I formatted my files will change depending on what I start to do. Like, as I move forward, some things change a bit. So I'll show you all my main pages, quote unquote pages, first. I used air quotes in real life, and I don't have a face cam, so you can't see that. But then after, I'll show some more high-res images of things that you would see that might have gotten crunched in the original quote unquote pages. Starting with Ash sketch. Is that it? Is this just... Yep, okay, well, yeah, this is Ash. Not mine. That is, Ash is, I think, goes just by Ash Foxo or whatever on Twitter, or Blue Sky now. We're all moving to Blue Sky. That's very fun. They are an amazing person. They're so great, and they commission me every so often, so you will be seeing more of this fox. A little bit better. Because this sketch is a little bit mid. Next page is Aliens. I think this is... Ooh, it's kind of bright. I like it. But this was... I think there's a short on my channel that this is from. There was a whole thing about the indomitable human spirit trend going around. Yeah. It's kind of cool. Kind of mid now, but I like this face. There's something about this that I really like. It has a very nice shape to it. The eyes are very, I don't know. This was fun. This is Mina. So that is the main persona I use on my channel and on my social medias and stuff. But I drew her in like pioneer or a Western outfit. I think I saw this on Pinterest, which is why I wanted to do it. I wanted to draw it. I don't know, it's kind of fun. I don't know if the pose was here or something. Don't mind all my reference. Cool thing about Krita, I don't know if any of you guys use Krita. You are able to use the reference tool, so right over here, to just kind of copy and paste images so they're not attached to a layer. They're just kind of chilling out. So you can put references readily accessible whenever you want. I didn't start using this thing till fairly recently, actually. So these are all references for stuff I recently worked on. One of the neat things I like about sketching digitally is that I use a pencil tool, so there's kind of as you can very much tell this picture, other than just the fact that it's low quality because my canvas size is small, there's like a nice fuzzy quality that makes it, I'm less stressed about getting details right, but I can still have fun. I can still undo and all that, the fun stuff that comes with being a digital artist, but I can still not be too worried about detail and refinement, because that's when, I don't know, I get stressed. I don't know if you guys get stressed, but line art never works out because I'm always stressed about it. Next one, this one's called Ash's Birthday. I think I just drew Ash for his birthday. It's not too bad. I used the pencil again, a kind of fake background. I haven't done that in a long time. I don't think ever. I don't really do backgrounds. Which, I don't know. It's not bad. I think I could do better, but meh. Interesting outfit. This one was fun. Yeah, for some reason these aren't exactly sketch pages yet, but they will turn into more sketchy pages. This one I loved. This is Cass, this figure floating in the air very gracefully. They're not my character. They are right over here on my references. They are by Jamstreak on Blue Sky, Twitter, Instagram. They are the best artists to ever exist in the history of ever, I swear. So you will see Cass a lot. I draw them a lot. If I'm not drawing Mina, I'm drawing Cass. That's just how it goes. And so they sent me this gorgeous outfit. I don't know what it is. It's kind of Victorian-esque, but they sent it to me just, on a Twitter. They DM'd me and they're like, oh, this is neat. And then I'm like, oh, cool. And then I spent way too long and drew this whole scene, which I could have thought more about. I could have done better, but hey, at least this one pretends to have a background. And yeah, and then I had to make up the outfit for this character, who is, why did I whistle? Possibly important in their lore. Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? Next we have, it's just papyrus. Yeah, it's an edgy papyrus. I think I was trying to have some fun with some shading. As you can see, maybe, I think I used my pencil to shade, which is kind of fun. I don't hatch much. And then I added a color to the side of the shadow, which I don't know how to do very effectively, but when other people do it, it's really gorgeous. Yeah, I guess a trigger warning. I'm a nerd. I've been on the internet, and I enjoy the things I see on the internet sometimes, which includes and Undertale I use. I'm sorry. I see the analytics. Everyone's clicking off right now, but speaking of which, I have nothing to say about this. This was a project. It was my dad's birthday. So I used a recycled bottle because it had a really funky shape. It was like a basil tea or whatever. A basil drink. I don't know. It was weird. But it has this very odd shape that I'm like, I want to paint this. And because my dad's a nerd, I'm going to paint him something nerdy. So on one side, I don't have a picture of it. But on one half of the thing, I painted I think it was something like this, like Liberty, for any of you who play, like, from Helldivers. Yes, it's a very, not very popular game. I don't know if you guys would know it. Yeah, and then the other side was Nuka-Cola from also a very obscure, probably, like, indie game that no one's ever heard of. And I specifically chose Nuka-Cola because the shape of this reminds me of the Nuka-Cola bottles. This is a more sketchbooky thing, you know, tinkering out ideas. This one, there was a reference on Pinterest I found of fencing. I don't know why in fencing if they ever use two swords, but hey, it looked cool. So I just drew Mina and Eclipse, the fan version of Eclipse from FNAF Security Breach. So not the actual one, like, from Ruin, but the one that everyone made up as soon as the game came out. I don't know. I really like taking Pinterest references and just drawing over with their pose and outfits and everything. It's really relaxing for me. And, you know, it makes my stuff look good every once in a while. Like, I swear that's the only stuff that ever turns out well. Now here's an actual proper sketch page. We have Pinterest references, this weird tightrope thing. We have Nightshade. So I believe they showed up in my last sketchbook video, but recently made that character. They're non-canon to any of my stuff, but I love them. They're so cute. They're a baby, and they're like a fusion between Mina and Sai, who is right here in the corner. Oh, I love their design. Go follow Fangod Trash on Instagram and TikTok if you want to see very cool things, especially if you like Lego Monkey Kid. Then I drew a Wings of Fire dragon. I think I was just tinkering around with the idea. I don't know, it's fun to draw those dragons. I think I was trying to design, like, you know, because I'm self-centered, I'm an artist, come on. What would I be like as a Wings of Fire? And, you know, Skywing sounds about right. I'm a very grouchy person, so yeah. So then this one was like a joke about how I really love Darkstalker. Like, he's evil and he's terrible, but also he's my poor meow meow, you know? I get stoned to death. Then next we have Purple. I just named it Purple, okay. Yeah, Cass drew a comic, and then I think they kind of drew Mina having this very intense look. So then I drew a comic back being like, they did it so much better. You know, why she's looking intense, and it's actually because she's just really jealous. Because, oh my goodness, Cass is the most gorgeous character to ever exist. And also, she's thirsty. So, there's something about the way they draw comics that have such a fun energy to them. They're very dynamic, and that's something I can never capture, unfortunately. But I try sometimes. They're also so much better at facial expressions. But next we have making fun of bald people. Oh, yep. It's not really funny, but it's funny to me how there's just some characters in fandoms. So this guy's Peter, this one's Eclipse, and this one's Dust. And like, people really like them, but when you think about it, they're all bald. And they don't get bullied enough for it. It's not nice to bully bald people, but it is really funny to bully people who are bad people if they're bald. You know, like how people make fun of Walter White. These guys are like, Walter White, yo. Also, that was kind of fun, is I added like a Sorry, we're zooming in on this white girl. But I added like extra colors in here. I tried to like map out, because human face has like some undertones. That's what I was like trying to do. It didn't work, and now she just kind of looks like a pearl. Just kind of cool. I don't know. Weird little thing. Sylvie redesigned. Okay, I'm not a character designer, but I see the appeal of it, okay? This is a character I've had for a very long time. Like, when I first started really drawing, she was one of my first characters, I think. Or she might not have been one of my first characters, but now she's very heavily associated with one of my first characters. So I think, I think I made her in high school, but I attached her. Her lore is now connected with in the older one. So it's a Star Trek OC. Sylvie wasn't that originally, but the other character is, and now she is. Now she's Star Trek, which Star Trek is great. So what she is like a type of alien who can shift their form from animal to human, and then something in between. Usually something in between, or just straight animal, because I don't know, fun. It's Star Trek. The whole point of it is to do fun things and then pretend like it's scientific. So this was super fun. I was like there isn't like too much exploration in here, but what there is, I love. I was like trying to find a good face shape, because like if you look at the old version, which is all crunchy, there's not a lot of definition. Like, you can kind of tell that she's a weird cat person. She's wearing baggy clothing, which was on purpose. That wasn't because I hated, I didn't really like drawing bodies either, but that was on purpose. So I wanted to get a good face shape. Sylvie's like a mother or older sister figure, like she takes care of a character, so I wanted her to have like a very strong face. It was just fun trying to like figure out fun hairstyles that would be pretty simple, because she's comes from like a jungle planet, right? Because panther, cat, they're kind of at home there. So I wanted something like a hair that was not like super low maintenance, but low enough maintenance, because I think dreads, if you do proper maintenance at the right intervals, you can kind of just not think about it for a little bit. So you can be on the go and whatever, and you don't have to worry about it too much. Which is also why it's short, so it doesn't like snag on anything, and I don't know, it's just really fun to research it. Yeah, you can see just like notes and all that, and I think I drew this, which I had, oh my goodness, these pants look so comfortable. And I like this outfit a little bit more. I don't know if I gave her tattoos or something. Kind of reminds me of Bajorian's, or if I just gave her like a bracelet. But I think I drew this whole thing from a Pinterest reference before I finished, like, I settled on the face. This is the face I settled on. Something with very sharp, noble features. Now that I just watched Arcane again, she kind of just looks like Mel. That wasn't on purpose, but whatever. And then you can tell, like, there's a bit of a shift. Oh. Sorry, I just read my own notes. I'm not that funny. Ugh, nerd. Anyway, I also, like, love the idea that, like, the ears slowly kind of crawl up the skull the more the transformation takes place. And also, yes, it's very important that she has 3 eyes, because it's a cool design. I like that. I didn't do it on these because I don't know, because I'm silly, but on these ones I tried to make it more apparent. Fun. It's fun to design something sometimes, even if I never draw her. And that means I don't have the design ingrained in me, and I don't know how to do it. Just whatever. Shush, it's fine. Next page. It's called Thing, and I guess that's it. It's just Thing. This is a person in a server I was in. I think a joke was made, and then I squished them in a hydraulic press. I don't remember the context. I just remember that I like torturing people with not the ability I can draw. I drew Stolas from Hell of a Boss for Ash. I tried to paint Mina. I don't paint much. I've started doing it a little bit more, like digitally painting. I don't actually ever paint. But there's this artist that I can never remember. Let me see if I'm just checking my Pinterest to see if I can. But he's like kind of super famous. Lion Decker. His name is Lion Decker. This guy. You guys have seen him around. So yeah, in retrospect, she looks nothing like it. But I wanted to, try and do stuff with like strong highlights, and I don't know, there's just a way this man captures the human form that is so gorgeous. He's not afraid of like harsh lines, but he's also got such gradients that make them look realistic. Oh, to be this man. He was also like gay and like not 1500s in the 50s, so I don't think he had a great life, but he had great art. And then I drew a friend. This character's name is Guppy. I think they're pastel spaghetti on Instagram, and I don't think she has any other work or any other social medias. Yeah, I just drew her because they're fun. She's so pretty. This is her art. They're just a happy, silly little creature, and I love her so much. This one was kind of fun. I can't really hug them because they're really far away and I don't see them very often, so this was my version of a hug. Expressions. I think I was just really tired one day, and I wanted to draw a volleyball having facial expressions. I think I was like really proud actually of how this turned out, because I actually used my face as a reference, making like it was like super late. It was probably like past midnight or something, and I'm like, I am so tired, but I also can't put my pencil down, which I still struggle with so much. But next page. This one is where it starts to get, I think, more fun with my layers, because I get to just cram things in, and it makes my brain so happy. If you see my childhood sketchbooks, it's just the tiniest things crammed in every inch of white space, and it's just so fun. We made a joke drawing for Cass. I can't take Benadryl because I owe the Hat Man money, and I don't want to see him. Yep. There was a reference on Pinterest of just a person holding a person, so I drew that. As you noticed with this one, I used the exact same reference for this. I think I used it like 3 times in a row for drawings, but it was fun. It's fun. I like getting references that have 2 people interacting. Yeah, I think you see it right here is when I sketched it out, and then that was a something reference. Okay, there's just some miscellaneous, like, why did I draw a gas can and scribbles? I don't know, but it filled up the space, and that's probably why. Silly shirts. I love seeing silly shirts, and then I want to get them or give them to people, but I don't have money, so I draw them. This one was fun. I don't remember making this guy. I know I did, because he fits the shape perfectly, and that was on purpose. Oh, there was some fun shading in here. Then also my other favorite. Oh, that's also a good leg. Whale. Whales are probably my favorite animal, and I don't think about them enough. And this time I did, and then I also draw the water Ripley, and like, look at him. Moving on. Cringe comic. Yeah, I think there was just an idea in my head, which often I have things in my head and they don't make sense, but I have to get them out so that I can get good ideas moving. So yeah, that's what this was. Honestly, I have no context. It's just comic practice, I guess, which I do like. The fact with digital art, I can just copy and paste these 2 panels and just have like her expression change a little bit, and to me that feels really good for pacing. Same with this one, basically, where it's like the exact same face, just, a little silly. And I'm not good at pacing and stuff or any of it. So whenever it gets, whenever I make a comic or a joke or whatever that just, maybe gets it right, it's still nice. This was a Ash the Fox drawing page. I was just drawing him in, because I think I was preparing to make a drawing. So I just wanted to get to work on bodies, on cool outfits. I didn't make a cool outfit, but I tried. This one's, I like this one. It looks like, I don't know, it looks like a furry, doesn't it? Oh, it looks like an anthropomorphic fox. Or a dog. Probably more like a dog. Okay, man. This one was just a nice, fun sketch page. Not much color, which is good, I guess. Just getting stuff out quick and easy. This one, I think I don't draw animals enough, but when I do, they don't look half bad. Why are you crouching like that? I don't know if this is the joke originally, but Is he like, you know? This one, I have no clue who this person is. The one in the middle, like, I don't think this is, either this has to be a reference or something, or I made her up, or no clue. This is Little Sai and Magdalene Margaret Blanc were characters for a pirate universe story. It's kind of abandoned now, but it was a group project with friends. I think Sai is so cool. They're like so chaotic and so fun, and I tried to capture that in my sketch. The fact that their arm is off and they don't care, don't worry, it grows back. I don't know, just a cool sketch page, I guess. Ooh, the next one's one of my favorites. It's called Shinies, and do you know why it's called that? It's because it shinies. Like the lighting effects. For two of them, I used Pinterest references, so it looks fun. This one, I don't know what to say, man. This is probably one of the cutest things of Cambria I've ever done, because it looks like an actual baby, because it was referenced off of an actual baby. This one I was trying to do that lighting thing where it's just like a street, like coming in through a window or something. A lot of fun. This one I tried to do strong lighting. Lighting isn't my strong suit, so sometimes I just need to do something with it. Some of these are like super small and crunched into a corner. Don't worry, you will be seeing them later. Yeah, this one, it will be uncrunched later. But this is what I drew, I think, had to have been for his birthday. And just something moody, something fun, something in a skirt, because skirts are pretty. This one I drew for a friend. This one's for a story thing that is not quite dead. It's almost dead. But other people have made content for it. Like, this is between friends. So other people have participated, so it's not quite dead yet. And it just had a revival, like, this past month. So, but I just made this so I could have some fun with perspective. It's a little wonky now that I look back on it, but it was fun to have this character who, in my head, is like, they're so cool and so gorgeous and so well put together all the time, so that I wanted to have her take a little nap. And then this one, I wanted to kind of draw a library, just get used to drawing people in spaces. So I drew just Effie and then one of my friends, because I couldn't be bothered to get a reference for someone else, so I just wanted to draw one of my friends. And yeah, this one. Can you tell I can't remember what color her eyes are? Purple, green, and red. Oh my goodness. I think her eyes are hazel, in my defense, which is like every color under the rainbow. But I digress. Next page, Heckin' Wimby. Oh, this is the meme one. These, I think, were made over the summer, or at the start of the summer. So we're getting close to the end of the main pages. Don't worry, guys, it's almost over. Yeah, this one, someone asked me to... Did he ask me? Did Ash ask me? I might have just done this on my own free will. But to draw over the It's Heckin' Wimby meme, which is usually with a red fox, but I made it him, because it's Heckin' Wimby, and now it's actually winter. So it is nice, Heckin' Wimby. Well, I don't like wind, but I like snow. That's nice. For some reason, I wanted to draw Mina as a Sonic character. So it's Mina the mouse, because I'm so funny. But this one's kind of fun. I kind of do like it. It has... The colors kind of suck, but I think the shapes are there's something fun about the shapes. And then this one's for a story that I am probably never gonna finish, but it was cool while it lasted, which was basically Mina just inhabiting some girl's body. And this girl's like, oh, it's life. I'm sad. I'm depressed. And then Mina's like, oh, sorry about that. That kind of sucks. I don't know, this one was fun. Again, trying to work on backgrounds. For this one as well, trying to work on backgrounds. I'm not good at them, which is why I try to do a little background every so often. This one I wanted to make Mina in Blender, so I made myself a reference sheet. It turns out Blender is hard, and so then I gave up. Maybe one day. Probably not. Lots of Mina shiny. So this page, yeah, I mean, it's not a lot of shinies, but they're fun. This one, just a Pinterest on reference. And I just This one, I think I was having a week or whatever where I'm just like, it is a key character trait of Mina that she is strong, but like like you wouldn't exactly see that because her physical form just kind of looks like a regular old chick, but she's actually like super buff and will just manhandle you sometimes. So Cass got thrown around. Yep. And then this one's the Brooklyn Nine-Nine meme where it's like, do I even weigh anything to you? No, it's like holding a couple of grapes. Then I drew Cass and Fish as Sonic characters. So I made Cass as either goat or bighorn sheep. I'm not sure. I didn't check. And then, Guppy. It's not Fish, it's Guppy. As a beta fish, because they're bright and pretty and just like her. Then I drew Mudwing, because I don't draw dragons enough, and dragons are cool. Just bask in his glory. He is very shaped. He's not a person or anything. It's fun to make him. He's not as chunky as I remember. His neck is very chunky, but the rest of him is not. Is he on a diet? I don't know. And then this one's probably one of my favorites. Is Mina with her kids. The reason why I really like it is because, first of all, cohesion with the color palette. Very pretty. I like it. But also, it uses a reference of Princess Diana. And if you don't know about her, or see pictures about her very often, she's like the most gorgeous person on Earth. Or was. So yeah, it was really nice to use a reference of her, and because then having a pretty reference, it usually means having some pretty art. Sometimes, if you do it alright. This one's called That Was Fast. I probably named it that because this flew by super fast. Because I just sketched stuff out, just like a lot. And you can see the sketch of that bathroom scene, Mina and Mist again, sketching of the kids and again. This robot was fun. I don't know, I just wanted to make shape, and then I did. A lot of these are just kind of vague figure studies or animal studies. Yeah, she's so crunchy. She's really crunched up when she's small. But in this one, I don't remember why I was drawing a van like this. I think it was for a story I was writing, and I'm still not done it. Probably never will be, because I don't finish stories. Moving on. Saloon. Oh, this one. This was going to be an animation, and then I never finished it. Probably because it was on my sketchbook layer and I didn't create a separate file for it. I wonder if I can kind of mimic to see how it would be. I might be able to do this while in editing. It's not really an animation, just kind of blocking out, I guess. But I like this image. The atmosphere is very strong in my head. I don't know, very Red Dead Redemption-y, even though I've never played. Next one is Fae Shinies. This one was fun. Figures, both Guppy and Sai. Very cute, very adorable. This is a character. I don't know who it was. I guess I just wanted to make shapes. This one's Goose. Someone just asked me to make her character, which is Goose Lord. But she asked me to make her the Canadian goose. So I did. This is my first attempt, and then this is my second. I don't know, they look cool. There wasn't, I guess a ton of thought put into it. There was thought put into it, but I didn't do a lot of, research or sketching. I just kind of started and then didn't stop, and then I'm like, oh, I guess I made a person. Just drawings. These were fun. These were made during the summer, and I was reading and looking at some art of something called the Fae. I learned about it through Mothy Pixie on Twitter, Tumblr, and Blue Sky. Their character, Motty, is the most darling thing to ever exist. So then I wanted to draw her because look at her, she's so pretty. I love her. And then I can't remember who actually made the Fae AU, but because of that, I wanted to make Mina in this AU. I didn't actually do anything for it, but it's in my head. I have an idea of if I were to make a story, how it would be. Which, spoilers, she's not actually Fae. She's just hiding it really well, and it's gonna be really funny once I don't know, in my head it's like, oh yeah guys, I'm just not hungry right now. That's why I'm not eating any of your food. Oh, I didn't lie right then. I can't lie. What do you mean? You are? their killer design for this AU wasn't made by Mothi, it was made by someone else. I don't know, I really like the design, it was very fun. I wanted to make Dust, but Dust didn't have a design. I don't know if he still doesn't have a design. This one was also fun because I actually bothered to make a background for it. Simon's shop, which is lower. Haha. It took me an unreasonable amount of time to like do this background. Just that little tiny bit. I'm gonna try and go faster, but almost an hour into recording. This layer was named Faster because I somehow filled it up faster. I fill these things up like way too fast. And yet I've never finished an actual physical sketchbook. Yep, I was in a mood to draw horror, so I did. Cass told me to draw horror, but his head was a fruit salad, so I did. I love tormenting people. I wanted to draw Jacko-Moon from Hope Wanted 2. He's fun. Here you see a little bit of what I imagined Cass might look like as if Faye gets Psy, just looking awesome. Also, I really like that they have a choker, but they have no neck. That's just really fun. Also really love the colors on Psy. But these two artists are really good at not being afraid of using color. And like, so it's really fun whenever I'm like, oh, it's as colorful, almost as if colorful as if they would make it. I drew Ash mewing because I wanted to horrify him. And I drew his friend doing it as well because I wanted to horrify him. I drew Swap Sam's in booty shorts because that's so cursed. This took me forever. It's really crunchy, but you'll see it later, and I will explain more of it later. Next one is called Meme. Yep, this is just a meme of my friends. And you know what? I still stand by it. It's more the character. It's the characters of my friends, but it's like their personas. So yeah, Cass, Sai, and Guppy. I'm just not gonna let them fight anybody, though I feel like they could all straight up murder people. We're gonna ignore that. Would fight a child? I feel like Ivy, under the right circumstances, would fight a child. And I feel like Cloud could also fight a child and maybe lose because all a kid has to do is like sneeze and then there goes their cloud head. Would fight God and win. Wizard, I wouldn't want to know what he would do. Like the amount of unethical spells. And then Mina would fight God, has fought gods, and has lost many times. And she's gonna do it again because she's an idiot. Next layer is called I Give Up. Right, I wanted to design someone, and then turns out character design is hard. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, you can stop and read this, but it didn't work. So, animatic, right, it was for there was a really cool audio and people were making such great stuff to it, but I had to design this guy to make it, so it never happens. It's mostly fusions, yeah. It's crunchy, but you'll see it more later. I straight up took a picture of a really awesome kitchen from Pinterest and then drew on top of it. I couldn't be darned to draw a background, so then I did the fun part. I don't know who that is. I like that they have a jeweled chest. Nightshade, love it. Little gremlin. I like how this one looks way more gremlin than normal. Also, it's more like Lilo and Stitch type body language, which I also really like. This one is a fusion of Psy and Wizard Steve, which is really cool. Basically, it's kind of just a wizard if Wizard Steve was possessed. Why it's called the thing is called like fusions is I took a lot of my friends' personas and then I fused them. This one was Psy and Wizard Steve, so basically it looks like if Psy possessed him. This one is Cass and Psy. This one's, I think, more of an decently equal fusion. This one, I think, is Mina. If Mina and Goose fused. I think it looks kind of pretty. I swear I didn't crunch them all, but I did crunch some of them. I think this one was Mina and Ivy if they got fused, which just leads for a very mentally unwell time. Because Ivy is in an apocalypse. So unfortunately she's very unwell. And then Mina is just an enigma. This one is of Cass and Cloud. So I love Cloudhorn. So this one is of Cloud and Wizard. This one was pretty fun. I mean, it's a little basic. It's basically just Cloud in a wizard costume. But I thought it was fun. And also, I have where it's just the cloud floating away with the hat. And I love the big floppy hat. It's just so fun. Yeah, Guppy and Ivy, just, more mentally sane. And I'm so glad for them. It takes hard work for them to be like that, but they are. This one was fun, which was Goose and Guppy. So instead of doing a bird, I did a flying fish. I mean, it's a little tough to see. It almost looks like an entirely new character, but I think they're decently even parts in their characteristics. This was just cursed. Someone, or Cass, asked me to make that, Chad meme. It's cursed. This one was fun. This one's not a fusion, but this is just Simon. Simon. A little better. Not very better. Here we have right here where it's Sylvie, and then the other character I kind of pair her story with. I've redesigned her, but is my first character, which is a Star Trek OC. And she's like 12, but really smart. Could you tell I was like 12 when I made her? I was not smart, I can tell you that. Oh yeah, watched Into the Pit. So I didn't watch it, but I watched someone play Into the Pit. This was a meme. Not all men. You're right. The Great Papyrus would never do this. And it's true. People were fusing themselves with Bill Cipher, so I did that with these two. And then I'm deciding, I hate this face. I hate this face. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Oh, this one's called Wayne. Oh, I drew Wayne. Maddie on Twitter's character. I just really like him. He's a cute character. Really fun to draw, so it didn't turn out as well as I would wish, but that's how it goes. Anybody heard of this very obscure Roblox horror game called Pressure? No? Well, because I made comics about me playing them. So, this is what happened when I played it. So it turns out something goes wrong always when I play Roblox, because I just started playing this year. Every time I tried to play, my character would be bald. And also, I'm not a good gamer, so I was just a menace to the people playing with me, which was Cass. I'm sorry, Cass. You're not watching this, but I'm sorry. What was funny was seeing them eat the cement creature. That is so cursed. I love the lighting in this. I love it. They're just, I'll squish them. I'm gonna squish. Oh yeah, I'm just drawing Winter. That's also a friend who we were playing Roblox with. And these two little comic things were so me, in actuality, playing the game, I'm just sucking. If it was Mina, she would fight everything, which if you know Pressure, you can't do that. I wish I could. I wish I could fight the things in Pressure. You cannot. Moving right along. Pretty Colors comic. So yeah, this is another Pressure one. Just making fun of the characters we have, because Winter looks very scary. The character, he's very big, he's very imposing, he's 7 feet tall. If you haven't seen my short of him just lobbying this giant industrial light, you should look at it because he's big. It's very fun. Personality-wise, I don't think he's that dangerous. So it's that's the joke, is he's not very dangerous. And then the other two, Cass and Mina, who are kind of just, they look unassuming. They're the ones who, because of circumstances, they're menaces. Mina's because she just, I don't know what's wrong with her head. Cass, it's because the poor thing is always getting put into the worst situations. I'm so sorry for that. Yeah, I kind of like the color in this comic. Very fun. And I actually did kind of do a background with this one. It looks like that submarine, even though it doesn't, make too much sense. I swear it's accurate. Oh, I don't remember. Oh, I kind of remember this one. I made some more comics. This is when I actually played it for the first time, so I saw Sebastian for the first time. It was really cool. I was starstruck, and then Cass disconnected. That was unfortunate. This was something that was really cool. I watched Cass almost beat the game. Second time we played the game, and they almost went through the entire thing. They were it was so insane. So they got to this very intense, scary part of Pressure, and there was something about it, so I took a bunch of screenshots, and then the next day I drew this for them. Yeah, I think the rest of these were just kind of having fun with figures, and this comic was funny. So yeah, I made this with a bunch of characters within Mina lore. I mean, within Mina lore, they wouldn't be this casual. They have very good reason to hate Mina. Hugh Very? I don't know, I think I saw these on Pinterest. Hugh Very's. I don't know, and I just wanted to see what Mina would look like as one. And she looks, alright. I think I drew this picture from Pinterest reference again. There is a way too much hatching. Note to self, hatching evil. and then the next thing you know, I'm doing it again. Pastel Spaghetti sent a picture of this gorgeous creek, and so then I put Guppy in it. Guppy always makes me smile, so I hope it made them smile. I don't know. This one was weird. I don't know. I think it was late at night and I just wanted to draw something. I kind of like it. There's something about it. The lighting, the shading. Now I just started naming them by page numbers. Page 34. Yeah, now we're just cramming everything. All we can. I played the Backrooms with Roach. I think his name is Roach on Twitter. So go follow. Awesome artist. He kind of made fun of me because I died, because I suck. Background practice. Wanted to draw Cass and Hanzo because I wanted to try and draw Cass in Overwatch outfits, but then I forgot what Overwatch outfits look like, so then I didn't. This one is really cool. This is a painting kinda, and I tried to make it look like the Pressure submarine, both Winter and Cass. I don't know, it looked good. It looked good. When I sent it to chat, people were very confused that this wasn't a screenshot, which I think is a success. I drew Ash and Sebastian, because why not? Oh, I drew Ivy and Bill Cipher fused, because that's just fun. Haha, drew Cass making Sebastian into sushi, because that's even more fun. Mina and Mothman. A lot of these are just kind of goofing off, figuring out bodies, figuring out monsters, just stuff like that. And some stuff I will come back to later. Next we have page 35. Yes, a lot of these will be seen in better quality later, but I was drawing a fox skull because it was getting around Halloween. Someone asked me to make their man as a skull dog or skull fox, so I did. That was very fun. Drew Hanzo in a dress because that's silly. I drew Kale just because it's fun. A friend and I were in Roblox and went onto a wolf world, but then I drew human versions of those characters, which was fun. I drew Winter being eaten by the locker monster because it's funny. I don't have to explain myself to you. I drew some sketches of Winter and Lucario because I was getting ready for commission. Drew this. I think I was gonna put people in it, and then I never did. This was a pain in the tush to paint. It took me forever, and then I ended up not using it. These were fun. These were just animal study, kind of not even. I don't even think I was looking at what the animals looked like. I was just mushing them together because I like the shapes of their form. It was very fun. And you can see crunched in here, some character designing, some more Kale, a comic I made because I had a dream. It was stuck in my head. It's too crunchy quality here, so I'm not going to explain it because it doesn't make sense. Someone asked for people to help them in making an art trade for somebody's birthday, so I did. It was fun. Took another Pinterest inspiration for a background and then just drew Mina and her kids over it. Drew this. This will maybe be important. It's so crunchy. It'll be better later, but important for story later for Mina. And this one, I think I just wanted to draw a background from Pinterest, and it looks mid. Page 36. This stuff was fun. We're getting to the more recent stuff. This guy, the fox, I had a dream about him. I don't know who he is. Well, now I do, because he told me his name in the dream, but he's completely made up, and he haunted me for a week. Not actually, was stuck in my head. I couldn't stop thinking about him for a week. So then I drew him a lot. Most of the things on this page are about him. Drew crunchy meme. Can't read the text, so it doesn't matter. Mina lore. And then this one's pretty, but it's basically just a sleepover thing. Self-portrait. Ebony. I don't know. This one was just silly I saw on Pinterest. And then I drew Cass and Hanzo because it's funny. This one was fun. Trying to draw as if taking a picture, one of those crappy mirror selfies for Halloween. Because I didn't go out for Halloween, so I wanted Mina to at least. Watched Dead Boy Detective, so I drew Nico from that. I drew also Esther Finch from that. Drew Nico hugging Roach. Drew Mina and Esther. Get ready to catch these hands. With your hand. We're holding hands now. That joke is not mine. I did not come up with that. Moving on to page 37. So this is basically my most recent one. And then we get to go backwards and you guys can see the more high-res version of some things. Xerneas, I think from Pokemon. Someone asked me to draw him, so I did. These this will be coming out soon. It's my profile picture. It's a GIF, and it's of Mina's kids. Sombra, he showed up in a dream. That was weird. That one's from, what's it? Venomous Quill, A Ghost in the Machine. Look that up. I just drew a comic about the apocalypse idea. I made a painting for whatever reason. That was weird. And then I added a bunch of filters on it. Drew this for Cass. Something simple for fun about characters. Painted this for Cass for a different character. This one's also for the apocalypse story. Just wanted to draw them. I have an assignment due soon where I have to draw. That's gonna be cool. Anyway, Cass asked me, okay, so Cass sent me this image. This image was sent after the exchange, but they were like, yeah, I've drawn Cass as a werewolf before. When are you gonna draw Mina as a werewolf? And I'm like, oh, haha, when are you gonna draw Cass as a warehouse? And they're like, what? So then I made the comic where I made them into a warehouse. I think I'm funny, so I drew this for somebody's birthday. That was a lot of fun. That's basically Cloud, but as a human, I guess. Again, pressure. I drew a lot of pressure. I didn't realize how much. A joke. Hope nothing happens. Selfie. First day of job selfie. Haha. Oh yeah, I just drew this of Cass and Papyrus because I like the fact that I can draw can bring people pain. There's psychic pain, like emotional pain. Not actually, but then we go all the way back down. And I'm going to show you guys some more high-res versions. I'm going to try and blitz through these. But not only are a lot of these more high-res, if they were the same size and whatever, these have all the layers to them. These have like each individual layer on them. So I'm not going to go through them all, but just to prove that I actually did make them. Can you tell that I came up with the background after I made it? No. I wouldn't do that. That'd be silly. So just this one just has layers. It's cool that you can see because I turned the background off, but I did have a white circle behind this. Let's see, just going through. Oh, yeah, that one was mid. Drew this Guppy in live action Sanji, I think from One Piece. I don't know. This one was a lot of fun. I liked how I used blue in the shadows. Like, I mean, it's very obvious. It's not subtle at all. The shadows are just straight up blue. I think it added something very pretty. I'm not someone who uses color to the full potential, so it's fun when I actually do something with it. Same with this one. It's just Mina, and then who was originally gonna be, I was gonna make him and named him Damon and whatever. Like, I still have the idea of this character in the back of my head, but this guy's just not fun to draw. I'm not keeping him. Or something's gonna change. Yeah, this one's same resolution. I'm pretty sure this was on layer shinies. I didn't realize before, but I added a little bit of texture in the baby jumper. Little lines. I think it's like corduroy is what fabric does that. Oh yeah, a bigger version of this. I didn't make this shirt design, but it's funny. So you can just copy and paste stuff because it's digital. Oh, a bigger version. This one you can see more mistakes, stripe pixels. See that behind him is the actual fox. This one was kind of interesting because I didn't look up a reference, and you can tell because the perspective is just kind of wonky. But it is a little bit better than I remember because there's more of a dappled light. I keep moving it, but there's more of a dappled light to it, which I think is kind of cute. This one's called Mama. Why is it? Oh, yeah. There's not much to it. This one's just a little bit higher definition. You can see like I colored in line art, which is not something I regularly do. Oh, she's got a pearl necklace. Yeah, just stuff like that. Yeah, this one. The perspective on this one was wonky as well, but I couldn't have been bothered to make it, better. This one was kind of fun. Just the fact that I made this smiley face, of the steam. Y'all ever do that as kids? Don't do it now because it messes up mirrors. This one was just how Mina would react with Springtrap. I feel this one was kind of fun because I drew Mina in like the type of fashion of the 2000s. Which I think is ugly now, but I wanted to try to see like what she would look like with it. They're just kind of mid. It's a little bit better. Oh goodness, you can see that I fudged it with the Sonic background, but there's more detail. I added like a kind of highlights and then an overlay. Kind of adds almost a glitchy effect. Use that sparingly. That's not a recommendation, but I found that I used it a lot for a little while, and then I kind of got tired of it. This one was super crunchy, so you couldn't see it further, but this is, what I think Mina might look like if she was a fae. So like her wings are based off of the blue copper butterfly, which I think is very fun. They have like a yellowish outside, but a nice blue on the inside with spots and freckles, you know, kind of like her. I wanted to have a really weird looking evening gown, because I just think that's fun. And this one was just really fun. I made it during the summer, in between like the one day off I had a week and 2:41 a.m. Yeah, I think we can tell. Mothi Pixie just drew her. And this is Mati, their character. It's very pretty. I think this one did a decent job. I don't know. There's just something about it that's kind of nice. Killer and Mina. So yeah, this one, a lot of fun. This took me forever. It's funny that you can tell that I'm not too great with style consistency, because if you look at this one, she's like a whole lot skinnier for some reason, which is like, no, I don't like drawing Mina as skinny, but for some reason I did. Yeah, with him with the pomegranate. His clothes were tough. Whoever designed him did an amazing job, but man, it is not fun to replicate. It's fun to replicate, it's not easy to replicate. It's got some cool boots and stuff, and I don't know, this one's really fun. I added like texture, there's like the tree bark texture, and kind of made it look like, you know, one of those odd fairy houses with roses and the flower box and everything. And I don't know, this was fun. Canada Goose. And this one is important to look into the files. The layers, that's what it's called, because you can see her original. I just made her white because Goose asked me to. Which, to be fair, this one kind of loses a lot of detail. This one was just, I love adding the sparkles, because I think the sparkles is so stupid. I mean, the whole thing is stupid, but the sparkles especially. This one was fun. So a lot of people talk about how important it is to like draw backgrounds and treat backgrounds as if they're a character. So this was kind of my version of that. It was taking the time to delve more into Simon. He's one of my characters. He's basically a plot device with a monocle, but I wanted to draw like what his shop would look like, and you know, just the oddities of it. It's kind of an odds and ends shop because he's an odd guy, but like a lot of these, you know, they kind of look mysterious. They look old. You got like a thing hatching in the back. You got weird vials. This was in the process of making a story with both Mina and Mist. That's why I put them in, trying to just accentuate character details and all that. This one took forever. I don't know, kind of worth it. Yep, Cass as a fae. Well, this one's more satyr, which is maybe like a type of fae. It's actually based on bighorn sheep, because those guys have really big horns and they're really cool. You can tell I kind of made a background. It looks messy, but there was an attempt, alright? This one was super fun. So I was taking the time to actually look at Star Trek set scenery. So I actually did a med bay thing. So it's supposed to look like a medical bay. I drew S. That's her name. Come at me, I was a child when I made her. So of course it's not gonna be creative. I changed her design this summer. I think she's cute. I like her braids. They're little bubble braids. Then Sylvia, way more fun this time because designing it's really cool, but I got to do the detail with more of her hair. It was so fun. So fun. And then I also did a couple patternings on her pants because the idea is on her planet, it's very jungle, very wild. They don't exactly have the way societies our weird capitalist, or I guess socialist for Star Trek society is. So they're a bit more wild. So they have to they do more handcrafting, which I think is really fun, really neat, adds personality. Oh yeah. These are bigger, better versions of the diffusions. I kind of explained them already, but you can see them in bigger detail, or better detail. This one, you can see that she has spiral eyes. I think it's very fun. You can see the scales. Yeah, this one, Goose Mina. There's really not extra detail, other than the hair. The hair's fun. This one, not a ton of extra detail from when it was compressed and crunchy. You can see the colors a bit better, trying to make their skin look kind of gold for their arms. This one, there's a lot more detail because it looks a lot better than the previous. I got the tail, the weird fin things that flying fish do, as well as a very cute blouse. I think I did a good job with the blouse. As well as the hair has that side shave that Goose often has, but it has the nice long, almost red head that Guppy does. Psy Wizard. Lore book. So cool. And then My Little Pony hair. I look at it and I see My Little Pony. A fun detail is I gave him rings and stuff. because I feel like that's something wizards have. Ivy Mina made her look pale and sickly because that's Mina being a menace, and also Apocalypse. I called it Goat Vape. That's so silly. This one, it looks better, bigger, but there's no detail lost. Simon, there was a lot of detail lost, but I don't know if that was a bad thing. He kind of looks bad. I'm not gonna go further with that one. This one was so fun. This one got very much crunched in its original file. This was so fun trying to do like the lighting so it looks very warm and cozy because they have those orange lights, which was super fun. So then you get some nice cold shadows. And then I got to draw these little gremlins. They look so cute. They were actually so insanely fun to draw. This one's probably my favorite. I like this one. They're cooking. There was one who's like hanging from the ceiling. There he is, hanging from the ceiling, just so he can stir the soup. And like, if I could just do this forever, I would. Just because it was silly, it was fun. There's basically no meaning behind it other to be like, yeah, this guy, he sucks. And he's rich. And Mina wants his money. This one, I don't know if I really liked it. It was like a lot more time and detail than I put into a lot of stuff because hatching takes forever. But it was like listening to a spooky story while I was doing it, so it's kind of worth it. Oh yeah, you can see this one in better quality, which I think the colors come across a lot nicer when it's bigger. Dancing in My Bones. Oh my goodness, that is the cheesiest title I could have given it. Yeah, it's just Cass and Papyrus because I think it's funny. This one was fun. It's really fun to like merge characters into an image. I put noise over her to pretend it makes her look more realistic. She doesn't. That's fine. I did have fun adding like if you look around the tail, she's like, it's like in the water. There's like a water effect on it, whatever. Just like her feet. I did that as well because she's wearing, can't see, but she's wearing a flip flop. Splish splashing. What's with the golf ball? Yeah, he's just there. The funny thing. Oh, look at this weirdness. No, the actual important. Look at this hand. Okay, actually, look at this hand. That is probably the best hand I've ever drawn. It may look weird and sickly, but that's because that's what my hands look like, alright? I'm dehydrated as all heck. That's what my hands actually look like. I think my fingers are shorter. That's beside the point, Right, this one was fun. When I showed someone, they're like, wow, your rocks are really good. And I'm like, oh, thank you. These took forever. And I don't know how that happened. I don't know how these rocks look so good, but they do. But yeah, that was fun. This one was really fun. I added like a lot of effects, a lot of lighting, a lot of color. I wouldn't say color. There's a lot of color. There's more color than I usually do. Like there's brighter color. It's not just gray like everything else I make. This one was super fun. Oh, turns out you can use black for shading, and it doesn't look half bad. Whoever told you never use black as shading, they weren't entirely correct. Yeah, you've already seen this one. This one we didn't see. This was just my idea of what maybe Mina would be like the first time if she ever, was in pressure, which she would be stupid, instantly die, and then do it all over again. Which, oh my goodness, look at this winter. I don't like drawing him usually. I mean, I don't mind it, but he's so hard to draw. But this one, he looks so cute. I don't need to explain. Again, what's the point of being an artist if you can't be silly? This one was actually, there's a decent amount of detail in this. There's like speckles on it, just trying to make it look like blue jeans. Tried to make the curly hair look nice. I don't know. Mina kissing Mothman because I thought it was funny. Then I wanted to, actually draw Mothman. It's kind of fun. I mean, I wouldn't say he's overhyped, but he's not my, I don't hype him up. Yeah, this one again. I think my favorite part is the inking of this. Like especially this. Okay, we're switching mics because my laptop was gonna die and it was taking up my charging port. Sorry for the change in quality. Hopefully it still captures it. Just look at his teeth. Look at the teeth, look at the eyes. I made him have eye bags inverted. This one is a lot better quality because actually I kind of like it better smaller, but I don't know, there's something about it. Also really funny, I didn't do line art for the people, I just kept it as my sketch, and you can't tell because I put it on multiply. And it's so dark, it doesn't matter. This one was kind of really fun. This one I made way too late. It was like late at night.
and it was the first thing I'd drawn all day. So it doesn't look good, but it exists. It's of Cass and Roach. This one, Pinterest reference, and I think if you've gone all this way and didn't realize that Mina is weird, aka I'm weird, that's on you, actually. This one. So this is when me and my friend played that wolf game on Roblox, which was a crappy game. It was not well made. They were like, I'm pretty sure, stealing assets and stuff. But I don't draw animals enough, so I just redrew a screenshot. And then I took the wolves, and then I made them human, which this one was a lot of fun to draw. I can almost like hear them, just talking, walking along, doing all that fun stuff. Halloween. This was fun. This took me forever. He used it for like a day. But hey, it's fun. Also, unfortunately, because, this is Ash as a skull dog, and Ash's eyes are blue. He just looks like Sans. Because his eyes are glowing. And this one, just more detail. This one was a lot of fun. I loved making that like despair face, and then Cass reaching out to like try and get him back. This one, right? I think I explained this one, but here's a detail you wouldn't have seen. Under his eyes are tattooed Carpe Diem. Which, yeah, you can't really tell, but that is all right. Yep, this one, it didn't look as good as I thought it would. Rip. This one also didn't turn out as well as I thought it. Like, I finished it, I'm like, oh, this is the coolest thing ever, and then it came back later, I'm like, oh no, it isn't. But it was practice. That took forever. Probably what would have saved it is if I had actually like used liner. It's like the body shapes are pretty good. It looks like a kid, a baby, and a young adult, short. She looks short. It's kind of supposed to have like a top-down view, but lore. This is part of Mina's backstory. Am I gonna explain it? Probably not. But cool deer. And yeah, this was designing. I think this is, I might be sticking with it, but this is Mina's first family. This is Mina as a gremlin child. Yeah, she looks cursed and terrible. This is her mo, I don't know, and then her dad. It's supposed to be like roughly based off of the Métis, like a Métis couple. I don't know, because I think it'd be cool to incorporate culture into Mina's story. Yeah, and then this one's a self-portrait after I cut my hair. This one was very cool and very pretty and took me lots of time, and there's lots of detail to it, like all the tiles and all the blanket and the weird seashell and the fact that the hairbrush has some of Guppy's hair in it and her cool little dress, and then Sai as a fish, and look, one of the little things are like a heart, and they're just floating there. Mina's trying not to cry. You can't tell that part, but I know that part. The desk in the background, and then if you look here, there's actually a Mina and a Sai looking through the mirror, and there's also a photo crossed out because lore. Oh yeah, and then this guy who just showed up in my dream. He was very fluffy. If you see here in the side, his name's Ebony, which is like in the dream. I'm like, oh, what's your name? He's like, oh, I don't have one, blah 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 blah. I'm like, I'm gonna call you Ebony. And then he's like, oh, cool, Ebony. And I'm like, well, that's not what I said, but I guess if you say that, it's your name now. So now his name's Ebony. Yep, this one I made for Halloween. I dressed Mina up as a sexy cat because she is that basic. That's why I picked it. I wanted it to be the most basic thing. The black cat for Halloween, but it doesn't actually look like a cat. Yeah, that's her. She's that annoying of a person. But I also added like some mirror smears. I made it so the tail isn't actually, it could actually be a tail. And I had that weird flash. I didn't do a perfect lens flare, but I tried. Yeah, this is after I watched Dead Boy Detectives, and Esther Finch is an icon, and the way she talks reminds me of just like, I don't know, there's something Mina about it. Kind of like an almost worse Mina. Definitely worse. Esther's worse, but then this one's pretty recent. chilling, and it's the thing I was talking about, the apocalypse story without the friends. You might notice there are some people in here you might recognize. And if you saw my last sketchbook tour, you definitely recognize them. I just wanted to make, I don't know, a rough background, and they're cozy. They might be living through the world ending, but they're cozy. Yeah, this one is just same apocalypse thing, just I wanted to just do a comic, and as I said, like working on pacing and all that, and just shots, because that's not something I'm learning in school. That's like my design. My schooling isn't for that. It's for like graphic design, like advertisement type stuff. So I have to work on my own if I want to try doing pacing and stuff, which maybe it's not good, but I don't know. It was in my head and I had to get it out. This was me trying to paint. This one's annoying. This one I'm actually going to go through the file just to take off some of... Yeah, that. It looks better with the filters because it messes everything up, but this one, I think I had a reference of like the poses, but that's about it. And I think you can tell because it doesn't make sense, but I don't know. It was fun. I think that noise filter is just garish. Oh, that's not going. That's the mean one. It's the sharpen. Oh well, that one. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. This one's the meme. Some people have like drawn that the meme is like, currently a young man is continuing to climb up the pole. He's managed to climb about 5 stories up the building, and then cuts to the friends being like, man, there are reckless idiots out this early. Hey. Aw, man, that's already it. I don't know what movie this is from, but I've seen other people draw their characters in it, so then I wanted to do mine. Or not mine, the apocalypse. Same thing, I'm not gonna read it out. But it's the same thing, but without a TV. I love the expressions like, oops. I called this one R.I.P. First day on the job. Hope nothing bad happens. This one's fun because I get to use the blur filter to make everything look a little bit better. Can you tell that it looks terrible if I take the blur out? Yeah, that one was fun. Very silly. And then last thing was this. And I made it like 3 days ago instead of doing homework. In my defense, it was this person's birthday, so I'm allowed to. I don't know, this one was fun. Added there's a lot of, I don't know, I think fun detail in this. Or at least I tried. Is the background maybe not great? Maybe. But hey, that's not the point. And yeah, that's my sketchbook file. Just a whole lot. So, yeah. If you manage to stick it out, it's been 2 hours recording, however long this ends up being, thank you. That is very nice of you. You didn't have to, and I appreciate you being here. I've slowly gotten quieter and quieter because I think my roommates have been coming home, and it's embarrassing. But yeah, just like wondering if I've crashed it finally. Sorry. Yeah, thank you so much. And maybe see you next time I finish. On to a new sketchbook. Oof. Or sketchbook file. Ta-da!